Stefon Diggs has finally been traded. Yeah, it's true. Stefon Diggs has finally been traded. And today I'm pretty much be going over the trade compensation, my thoughts on it. So hopefully you enjoy this pretty much, I would say, a rundown of the trade, but also just my opinion on this topic. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy it, and let's get started. If you haven't heard, Stefon Diggs has been traded to the Houston Texans for a 2025 second. Um, in my opinion, this is an amazing move. Again, sucks that Diggs is gone. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be weird not seeing on the Bills. But I mean, like, was the dude really? I mean, was he a great teammate? A lot of people say he is, but in my opinion, what we've seen, are we sure he's that good? Are we sure he's an amazing teammate? Because he constantly put his quarterback under the bus. He's constantly, instead of, making sure that, hey, I believe in my quarterback, he's always doing, cryptic stuff on Twitter or whatever. And I feel like this is a good change for Buffalo. This is a good change. Um, this isn't anything to the Houston Texans, not like they're getting someone bad, but while Diggs can elevate quarterbacks, he can also, not be satisfied. Like he wasn't satisfied with the Bills situation. He's got an amazing head coach, an amazing general manager. Um, I thought that they have a decent defense. Obviously, it doesn't show up that much in the playoffs, but still. Got an amazing quarterback. You got a great supporting cast around you. You had guys like Gabe Davis, who was alright. We have like Shakir, Kincaid, and he still isn't, satisfied with it. He's still gotta, do this cryptic stuff. He's still gotta, just be locker room cancer. That's just the truth. And I don't know how satisfied he's gonna be with the Texans because most likely you're splitting targets. You're not gonna be the number one option there, in my opinion. You got Tank Dell, you got Nico Collins. I would take both those guys over Stephon Diggs. That's just me though. Last 8 games, he didn't show up. Shakir showed up more than him. He's a fifth round pick in 2022, and he's, and in my opinion, I think he's just better than Diggs right now. And obviously it sucks. I mean, he made the Bills contenders. He put the Bills on the map at the time. He helped elevate Josh, even though I think Josh elevated him at the same time. Honestly, I think Josh might have elevated him more because no one thought Diggs was a top 5 wide receiver until Josh Allen, started throwing to him. And I think it was so good to see at the start, to see Josh Allen and Diggs be friends, and then slowly, mainly starting after the Cincinnati Bengals loss at home, we just started to see Diggs' true colors kind of showing of, how he just wasn't satisfied with the situation, which again, I think is dumb because you're playing with one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, an amazing head coach, an amazing supporting cast around you, and, you've got an entire city that loves the team so much. There's not a person in Buffalo that, won't root for the Bills. It's just the truth. And, and it's fine, obviously. I think Houston's obviously a better city than Buffalo to live in. It's just better weather there. And I don't know about training into division rival, but honestly, it just signifies the entire offseason for the Bills. This is really signifies. It's just retooling. Like we gave Josh a supporting cast. It hasn't worked. Josh has still played great. It's not like Josh is doing bad with these weapons, but obviously this isn't working. So we're gonna get rid of these guys. We're gonna try to get compensation back. We're gonna go trade for someone like Romo Dunze or Malik Neighbors. And I honestly think this is a better move than keeping Diggs. And we're gonna build around Josh more because we haven't drafted a wide receiver within the first 4 rounds. I think the only like fourth round wide receiver we've got was Gabe Davis, and obviously he's off the team. And again, Diggs was the first round wide receiver technically, but if we would have stayed at that spot, we would have gotten Justin Jefferson. So a little bit like that, I feel like that wasn't an amazing move. I feel like in hindsight now, but at the time it was good, and obviously now it looks bad. But still, we just need to go after everyone's route. Rookie wide receivers are so good now. They don't take that much to develop. Chris Olave is really good. Garrett Wilson's really good. Imagine those guys with Josh Allen. Imagine Tank Dell with Josh Allen. He's doing great with CJ Stroud, but imagine him with Josh Allen, who in my opinion is better than CJ Stroud. But again, it's like quarterbacks elevate wide receivers so much, and I think rookie wide receivers are, especially this class, some of the best ever. And I think Romo Dunze would fit perfectly for the Bills. And yeah, again, it just signifies the Bills are just we're just pretty much done with what we've had. We've had Diggs for 4 years. He hasn't been doing that well. He's been a problem. I don't like how he's dealt with the situation. Like, yeah, not every year we're gonna win in the Super Bowl. I mean, again, only one team can win it every year. You didn't see Tank Dell complaining. Didn't see Nico Collins complaining after losing. I understand things are different in Buffalo now since we're Super Bowl contenders, but you know, we he wasn't just good for the team. I know some of the people on the team are like, oh, he was a good teammate, but I don't get why he had to be like that. I don't get why he had to be all the cryptic stuff. I don't get why he was arguing with people on social media, especially last night. I opened my phone up this morning and I see what he said last night. I'm like, whatever. It's just another cryptic thing. We're not gonna get rid of him, but media's gonna go crazy. And then literally an hour later, like an exact hour later, he gets traded. And honestly, again, I'm not mad about it. You know, a lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, Josh Allen's gonna suck without Diggs." People are forgetting that Josh Allen went 10-6 and made the playoffs as a second-year player with bad O line, a rookie Devin Singletary, a rookie Dawson Knox, John Brown as number one. Nothing on John Brown. The dude was amazing for us. But with like John Brown as his number one wide receiver, and now we have elevated weapons like Kincaid and older, more developed Knox, Dawson Knox, I should say. I think a better coaching staff around him than what he had. Obviously, Dayball in that time was pretty good, but I think McDermott has elevated his coaching since then. I think Bean has elevated his, GM skills since then. I just think that this is a good move for both sides. Obviously, Houston Texans are getting a good wide receiver. You're getting a guy who has put up consistent 1,000-yard seasons, even though I think he's super overrated and isn't a top five guy. Some people would like to differ, but I don't think he's that good. But again, you're still getting another weapon for a young quarterback, and it worked out for Josh Allen, so maybe it'll work out for Stroud. I just don't see how Diggs is going to succeed in Houston with him most likely splitting targets and him, right? Like I just don't like how he's dealt with the whole Buffalo situation. I don't like how he's constantly saying, "Oh, I want to retire Buffalo Bill," but I'm still gonna do all this cryptic stuff. I'm still gonna throw the quarterback under the bus. I'm still gonna let my brother tweet stuff about how Josh Allen you know, hasn't done good without Diggs. Acting like Josh Allen did bad while Diggs had his worst slump ever in the past 8 games. Josh Allen played amazing while Diggs was doing bad. And honestly, it's just whatever. It happens. It's a business. Again, I think Shakir played really well when Diggs played bad. I think Kincaid is going to be a top five tight end when all things are done next season. And I just think that Bills are going to win the Super Bowl this year. It's just the truth. I think this was the move. This was the move for the Buffalo Bills to make them Super Bowl contenders. I know I sound like a crazy person here, but getting rid of Diggs changes so many things. Now we have opportunities for guys to step up. Now we don't have that guy constantly talking in the air, constantly stirring stuff up. Now we can just simply focus on one goal and not focus on Diggs. We can focus on getting Romo Dunze, and then afterwards we can just focus on winning. Biggs just wasn't good for us. He just didn't fit the Bills. At the time, he looked good, but he didn't fit our culture. He didn't fit the Bills' culture at the end. He just fit. He was just being, I wouldn't say a diva, but it's just the truth. He was just being that. And hopefully he does well in Houston. I don't think he'll do particularly well in that situation. I don't think he'll do amazing. I think he'll probably stir up some more stuff there. But I mean, obviously I hope the best for the fan base and Texans because it would be cool to see CJ Stroud do well, but I don't think Diggs is going to do that great in Houston, my opinion. But yeah, hopefully the Bills can bounce back from this. I think they will. Brandon Beane wouldn't do something as crazy as this to not have a plan. Brandon Beane isn't a dumb person, all right? He had a plan this entire offseason. And, after cutting Poyer, Morse, and White, everyone called him crazy. But now it's looking like, oh, maybe this dude's smart. We can replace everyone with younger people, Oh, I wouldn't have paid Jordan Poyer that much money. I wouldn't have paid Davis White $10 million a year. And I think by the time the first round happens, afterwards people are going to be saying, "Oh, well, actually, Brandon Beane was really smart for doing this." Or by the time after next season, "Oh, Brandon Beane was super smart by trading away Stefon Diggs and getting someone like Romo Dunze." So, good luck to Diggs. Good luck to the Texans. And hopefully, I hope it works out for both sides. I just don't see that happening. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hopefully, you enjoyed it. Like I said, I don't really see either team winning the trade. Or what I should say is, I don't think both sides are winning the trade. I've worded that wrong originally. I don't think, both sides are going to win the trade. I think one of these teams is going to look back on that and say, oh, that's a bad trade. And I might just be a biased Bills fan, but I think in this situation, I think the Bills will win this trade. I'm not trying to say Stefon Diggs is locker room cancer, but though he has elevated quarterbacks in the past, he's also brought a lot of bad things to the team. Diggs was supposed to be the guy. He's supposed to retire in Buffalo. Yet every single offseason he does the exact same thing. He throws quarterback under the bus, creates unneeded controversy. So yeah, again, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like the subscribe button, and I'll see you tomorrow for another Ham Productions video.